Hello, everyone. So today we will talk about gratitude, and it's the second part. How we should practice the practice of gratitude. Making gratitude part of our daily routine is easy part, but here's my ask, and it's not small. I want you to be grateful in all times and circumstances, even if your life isn't perfect. Build your gratitude like a muscle. If you train it now, it will only strengthen over time. Gratitude is how we transform when Zen master Roshi Joan Halifax calls the mind of poverty. She explains that this mindset has nothing to do with material poverty. What we are caught in mind of poverty, we focus on what we are lacking. We feel we don't deserve love and we ignore all that we have been given. Brain Acton exemplifies this conscious practice of gratitude. He had worked at Yahoo for 11 years when he applied for a job at Twitter. But even though he was quite good and what he did, he was rejected. When he received the news, he tweeted, got denied by Twitter headquarters. That's okay. Would have been a long commute. He next applied for the job at Facebook. Soon after he tweeted, Facebook turned me down. It was a great opportunity to connect with some fantastic people. Looking forward to life's next adventure. He didn't hesitate to post his failures on the social media and never expressed anything but gratitude for the opportunity. After these setbacks, he ended up working on an app in his personal time. 5 years later, Facebook bought WhatsApp and the app Brain Acton co-founded for $19 billion. The jobs at the company that rejected Acton would have paid far less than he needed of WhatsApp. Instead of fixating on the rejections and adopting a poverty mentality, he just waited gratefully to see what might be in store for him. There's a story about a monk who carried water from a well in two buckets, one of which had holes in it. He did this every day without repairing the bucket. One day, a passerby asked him why he continued to carry the leaky bucket. The monk pointed out the side of the path where he called the where he carried the full bucket was barren, but on the other side of the path where the bucket had leaked, beautiful wildflowers had flourished. My imperfections have brought beauty to those around me, he said. Another is about Helen Keller, who became deaf and blind as a toddler after an unidentified illness. Wrote, when one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see one which has been opened for us. So now that we have broadened the gratitude we feel internally, the let's turn the gratitude outward and express it to others. A lot of time we feel deeply grateful, but we have no idea how to pass it on. There are many ways and depths of giving thanks and giving back. The most basic way to show gratitude is to say thank you. But who wants to be basic? Make your thanks as specific as possible. Think about the thank you note you might receive after hosting a gathering. At least one will likely say thanks for last night. It was awesome. Another might say thanks for the last night. The food was wonderful. I loved the funny, sweet toast you made to your friend. It's far better to express your gratitude in specific terms. The minutes we are given, even incrementally more detailed gratitude, the better we feel. Now we will talk about kindness and gratitude are symbiotic. So the feedback loop of love jibes with Buddha teaching the kindness and gratitude must be developed together, working in harmony. Kindness is easy and as hard as this. Genuinely wanting something good for someone else, thinking about what would benefit them and putting effort into giving them that benefit. If you have ever made a sacrifice for someone else's benefit, you can easily recognize the effort and energy someone else gives to you. That is to say, your own acts of kindness teach you where it takes to be kind, so your own kindness enables you to feel truly grateful. Kindness reaches gratitude. That's what is happening in the microcosm of thoughtful thank you note. The kindness of your dinner party inspired your friend's gratitude. The gratitude inspired her kindness to you. So, two researchers from Harvard and University of California, San Diego, set out to find out whether kindness is contagious among people who do not know each other. They set up a game where they arranged strangers into groups of four and gave each person 20 credits. Each player was instructed to decide in private how many credits to keep for themselves and how many to contribute to the common pot. Pot that at the end of the round would be divided evenly among the players. At the end of each round, the players were shuffled, so they never knew from game to game who was generous. But they knew how generous others had been to the group. And the game went on. Players who had been recipient of generosity from teammates tend to give more of their own credits in future rounds. Kindness begets kindness. Monks put out gratitude practice into action through all the small interactions of the day. I hopped into the Uber once in a hurry and distracted. The car idled for an unusual long time. When I finally noticed and asked the driver if everything was okay, he said, yes, I'm just waiting for you to say hi back to me. It was a wake-up call, and you can bet I'm more careful about acknowledging people now. Take a moment right now to think of the three things others have given you. Small kindness someone did to you, a gift that mattered to you, something that makes every day a little bit better. Close your eyes. Take yourself back to the place in time of one of these acts and relive how it felt, the sight, the scent, and the sound. Re-experience it with awe and experience those feelings in a deeper way. After this visualization, recognize the small things are happening for you. Don't overlook them or take them for granted. Next, take a moment to feel a sense of being cared for, thought of, loved. This should boost your self-esteem and self-confidence. Last, know that just feeling great is not the end goal. Let this reflection lead to your feeling like you want to reciprocate with love by giving back to those who have given to you, or by passing on love and care to those who don't have it. Go now, gratitude through service. Service helps us transform negative emotions like anger, stress, envy, and disappointment into gratitude. It does this by giving us perspective. What brings you to me? Asked an old wise woman of, of the young man who stood before her. I see joy and beauty around me, but from a distance. The young man said, my own life is full of pain. The wise woman was silent. She slowly poured a cup of water for the sad young man and handed it to him. Then she held out the bowl of salt. Put some in water, she said. The young man hesitated, then took a small pinch of salt. More, a handful, the young woman said. Look skeptical. The young man put a scoop of salt in his cup. The old woman gestured with her head, instructed the young man to drink. He took the sip of water, made a face, and spat it onto the dirty floor. How was it? The old woman asked. Thanks. But no thanks, said the young man, rather gloomily. The old woman smiled knowingly. They handed the young man the bowl of salt and led him to nearby lake. The water was clear and cold. Now put a handful of salt in the lake, she said. The young man did, and he was instructed, and the salt dissolved into the water. Have a drink, the old woman said. The young man knelt at the water's edge and slurped from his hands. When he looked up, the old woman again asked, how was it? Refreshing, said the young man. Could you taste the salt? Asked the wise woman. The young man smiled sheepishly. Not at all, he said. The woman knelt next to the man, helped herself to some water, and said, the salt is the pain of life. It is constant. But if you put it in the small glass, it tastes bitter. If you put it in the lake, you can taste it. Expand your senses, expand your world, and pain will diminish. Don't be glass, become the lake. When you write a gratitude letter to someone who means a lot to you, try to make them feel as cared for and loved as you felt when they helped you. A letter gives recognition to the value of their generosity with more permanence than the verbal thank you. It deepens your bond. The recognition inspires both of you to be thoughtful and giving with each other. And this, as we have learned, ripples through your community. Gratitude is the mother of all qualities. As mother gives birth, gratitude brings forth all other qualities: compassion, resilience, confidence, passion, positive traits that help us find meaning and connect with others. It naturally flows that in the next chapter we will talk about relationships, who we try to be with others, who we want to welcome into our lives, and how we can sustain meaningful relations. Thank you. Have a nice day.